Please click like and click the subscribe button so you can get more of my videos. This just completely beggars belief. There's reports coming out that millions of pounds worth of PPE and ventilators, masks and stuff that are actually in stock, ready to be shipped by British distributors and manufacturers. The government has failed to respond to them, failed to procure them off British suppliers, and so British suppliers are sending them abroad. They're shipping them to Europe and to other places where those governments are procuring them quicker. This is an absolute scandal. When our NHS staff are dying on the front line because there isn't sufficient PPE, and yet we have PPE in this country sat in warehouses, and the government is completely failing to match the two together. The need in this pandemic for the PPE and the suppliers having the goods in stock, and it's completely failing to put them two together. This is a scandal. It's outrageous. That's what it is. It will be a little bit different if the government ignored some suppliers because it had a healthy supply chain in place, but it doesn't. And people are dying. Bus drivers are dying. Nurses are dying. Care home workers are dying because they don't have this PPE. So it's a total scandal. And Mr. Starmer, yet again, is failing to call them out for what it is. He's failing to call it a scandal. He's failing to hold their feet to the flames. And yet it's down to Piers Morgan, George Galloway and Jeremy Corbyn to stand up for these failures. Why are they holding the government to account? And yet the leader of the opposition is, in my honest opinion, completely failing. He's nowhere near forceful. He's nowhere near concise enough. He's nowhere near as powerful. If this is what we've got for another 5 years or 4 years, Labour has absolutely no chance at the next election. The government, we're witnessing scandal after scandal, where that's just one tiny scandal. There's many others in regards to this virus, and yet the main thing that he's been going on about is this. And yet the main thing that he's been going on about is we need an exit strategy, which, okay, we need one at some point, but his priority should be exposing the government's failures and holding them to account for the fact that NHS workers and frontline workers are dying because they don't have sufficient protective equipment. Because it's not like he's not got enough criticisms to go at. The Tories' handling of this has been a disaster. It has. Why were we not in the EU procurement scheme when they invited us multiple times? Why did Boris Johnson not attend 5 Cobra meetings when he's the Prime Minister? Why did we not start ordering PPE in February and March? Why are we not responding to British suppliers who have the PPE in stock? Why are we letting them ship it abroad? Why did we let Cheltenham go ahead? Why did we not shut the schools sooner? Why does the government underestimate the death rate in care homes and the NHS and frontline workers by around 50% every single day? Why are our hospitals facing dire shortages of PPE when we have stock in Britain? Why does the economic bailouts allow them to give dividends? Why does the economic bailouts not take equity and ownership in some of these companies? Why does the economic bailouts, like the self-employed bailout, leave thousands and thousands through the crack without sufficient insurance? Why is universal credit only around £400 a month? Why is sick pay similarly only around £400 a month? Why are we still not testing more than 20,000 a day? Nearly 80,000 off the target of 100,000 by the end of April. Why are we allowing them to get away with this? It's your job as leader of the opposition to hold them to account. At the minute, you're failing to do that. Catastrophically failing.